I'm good with Henderson there. I think I prefer Jonathan Taylor still ahead of Henderson. Um, I think that's pretty comfortable though. After Jonathan Taylor, I think you can make the argument of Henderson over pretty much all the other running backs on the board. Josh Jacobs is a little bit older, right? And I feel like he's going to be more volume dependent than Jonathan Taylor will. But Josh Jacobs is going to play in a more friendly offense where Taylor's going to be playing with Richardson. I take Taylor here. Jonathan Taylor, 1,400 yards in an offense that, I mean, wasn't very good. And he had 1,400 yards in 14 games last year. I feel like Jonathan Taylor had the quietest 1,400 yard season that I can remember, Matt. I mean, I feel like I feel like when we look back at last year, we don't really feel like Jonathan Taylor was a success. He was the RB12 last year with 1,400 yards. He had 12 total touchdowns. Um, it's probably more so because of the missed games. Again, he played 14, and he has missed a lot of games, right? I mean, in his career, he's missed the first two. He's played one full season in 2021, then 11, 10, and 14. He was 17.6, which was seventh in points per game last year. I think a lot of people look at Jonathan Taylor that he burned them in that one game. Was it against Denver? Or I don't remember what it was, but there was one game down the stretch in the playoffs. It might have been the semis or the first round of the playoffs where he just had a really bad fantasy outing. And I feel like that kind of soured people on his total season as a whole.
Yeah, well, he had that late bye week in week 14, so I remember
Mm-hmm.
that was tough depending on your league and making the playoffs. But I think you're right. It was a really quiet season. I mean, he finished as RB12. Can you knock him for that? Maybe a little, but at the same time, he only had 18 catches, and I certainly could see that have some positive regression.
Yeah.
If he gets a couple more targets, a couple more dinks, he only had one receiving touchdown, so 136 yards. We've seen him take a screen to the house, so it wouldn't surprise me if he certainly improved on that number going forward.
Yeah, absolutely.